Who saw this one coming? The Bucks fall to Jason Tatum and the Celtics 116-108, leaving the Eastern Conference semis tied up at 2 games apiece. The series now moves back to Boston. Giannis scored a game-high 34 points, but he only had 6 of those in the fourth quarter when Milwaukee got outscored by 15. Shannon, you had the Bucks in 7 at the beginning of this series. Are you going to stick with it now?
I'm going to ride with them for the simple fact, Skip, I picked him at the beginning, and so I just can't jump. Even though Chris Middleton, I could have easily jumped off, I'm going to stick with him. But the Boston Celtics, Skip, put the people on notice back in January. When you and I was coming out here and like they beating the hell out of people by 40 points and they beating everybody by 20. And I'm like, this is not normal. I understand that sometimes you have an off game and you beat, but they were beating playoff teams by 20 points. So they got my attention early on. And when they did what they did to Brooklyn, they got everybody's undivided attention. Because when you got 2 skilled players like Kyrie and KD, and you can make them shoot the percentage that they shot and make them look the way they look, we knew nobody else has this type of skilled players on their team. Everybody that's in the playoff got skilled players, but not 2 together like KD and Kyrie. And they made mincemeat out of them. They swept them. That was the only team that got swept in the playoff with those 2 guys. So we knew what the Boston Celtics represented. I don't know if they give game balls in basketball like they do football, Skip. But Al Horford better get a damn game ball. Yep. After what he did last night, now, Skip, I don't believe they're going to play another fourth quarter and they only miss 3 shots. They shoot 84%. They shoot 80% from the 3. They go 100% from the free throw line, and they only turn the ball over once. But this is a damn good basketball team. They play great defense, and they got guys that can go get buckets. Jaylen Brown can go get you 30. Tatum can go. He's right, Skip. He's right there. He's probably got another step or 2 before he says, hey, LeBron, hey, Giannis, hey, yo, hey, your boy here, Steph, as a superstar. He's right there on the cusp. And so Smart, he does everything. He plays defense. He knocked down big-time threes. He's diving on the floor for loose balls. And then you got Al. Like I said, I need somebody to tweet me. I need some footage of Al Horford playing 2 games in his entire NBA career like he played the last 2 games, because he was sensational. He's been the difference. He almost won the game 3 for him, Skip. And so we would have had a very, very different story if they're going back to Boston 3-1, because I don't believe they come back. I don't believe they come back to Milwaukee if they're up 3-1. But I'm going to stick with them. But Holiday's going to have to be better, Skip. In 2 wins, he's averaging 24 points, even though he's shooting 38% from the floor. In the 2 losses, he's averaging 17, shooting 29% from the floor, 17% from 3. Skip, that's not good enough. And so now you can't just go, okay, Giannis, you get up 30 shots. Okay, Holiday, you get up 30 shots. You're going to have to involve those other guys. You're going to have to trust those other guys, the Collingtons, the Allens, the Bobby Porters, the Matthews. You're going to have to trust those guys to make shots and have to live with the results. But if you think your 2 guys, they just showed you, 2 guys are not going to beat the Boston Celtics. It's not going to happen. So, Milwaukee, you're going to have to trust some of these other guys, because if you think Giannis and Holiday are going to beat this team, it's not going to happen.
Okay, I reiterate, Al Horford last night not only saved the season for the Boston Celtics, but he made the season for the Boston Celtics, because they were doing exactly what they had been doing to a fault. They were missing threes like crazy. They couldn't buy a 3 going into the fourth quarter.
They're averaging 41 threes a game, the Celtics are.
And here came Al Horford, and obviously he was inspired by Giannis, who mean-mugged him and taunted him and got a technical foul, and it really rubbed Al the wrong way.
Right.
He's hard to rub anyway because he plays as stoic as you can play. He's just straight-faced the whole time. Nothing bothers him, and that really got under his skin.
Yeah, Skip, actually, that was his sister, Anna.
Oh, a sister.
His sister that tweeted that.
Okay, I got it.
You know you done effed up, because I've seen that look before, not his wife.
Okay, there you go. And here he came, and he dunks on Giannis. He gives him a little business with the elbow, got a tech for that. We got even with him. And here he went, made a 3 on a sort of semi-break that gave them the lead. And the door swung wide open for here came Jason Tatum, and here came Jaylen Brown, and here came Marcus Smart running through that door.
Because, Skip, if you remember, Skip, there were times that the Bucks had a 6-point or or a 7-point lead or 8-point lead, and here come Al, hit a 3 to keep it to 5, hit a 3 to keep it to 4, or get a bucket. He was always doing something that would not let Milwaukee run and hide.
So in the end, if Boston loses that game, it's over.
It's over. Yeah.
3-1. But now it's 2-2, and you're going home.
Yeah.
You're back in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
I think you're back in control. I think it's going to take 7 games, but I think you're going to win this series. And I think you have a very good shot at winning it all because of Ime Udoka's presence and how he has installed a defensive backbone in this team, unlike any team that I've seen. And I feel like Boston has just knocked Kevin Durant off the best player on the planet pedestal, and I think they're about to do the same for your guy, Giannis.
Well, Skip, when you shoot so many threes and all the guys are live options at the three-point line, so you can't slough off Grant Williams because he'll nail the corner three. You can't.
By the way, he sort of fell into the doghouse last night.
He's in foul trouble because he started, Skip, but he got those 4 fouls early and he only played 24 minutes.
But Derek White played for him down the stretch.
Right. And so now, when you look at it, Skip, they got 4 or 5 guys that are viable options at the three-point line. Giannis has to guard somebody.
Yep.
You put him on Al takes him away from the basket. You put him on Grant Williams takes him from a basket because none of their guys don't really post up.
Yep. And here was the huge difference last night that impressed me the most about Boston. They shockingly didn't have Robert Williams at tip-off because he's got a sore knee.
Right.
Who knew? I didn't know that was coming. Well, he's the defensive anchor because he is a load and a leaper.
He's averaging 3 blocks a game.
That's what I'm saying. So he can really anchor the defense. He bothers Giannis as much as anybody, and yet Giannis still shot 14 of 32.
But you know what? It might be a blessing in disguise because guess what? Giannis don't have to worry about his offense.
Yep.
He's a defensive guy. Yeah, he can get rebounds, but Giannis gets an opportunity to rest. He can't rest now because Grant Williams, you rest on Grant Williams, he's going to let the 3 go. You rest on Al Horford, he's going to let the 3 go. So they're doing a great job of building a wall, making them exert a lot of energy, try to jump over that wall. But by the same token, he doesn't get a chance to rest. Because Robert Williams, he get an opportunity to rest. He just have to worry about boxing him out. I believe it's going to be a long series. I'm going to stick with the Bucks. But the Boston Celtics had everybody undivided attention. The moment they did what they did to the Brooklyn Nets, I guarantee you, whether you're in the East or the West, you knew that team's for real.
I got it. I picked Miami to win the East because Miami had the best record in the East. They're not showing me much.
They're in a heap of trouble tonight.
They're in a heap of trouble. I do agree with that. Joel Embiid has an opportunity tonight to say, hey, did you forget about me? I'm the best player on the planet because he's the best player on the floor in those games.
Skip, they're going to have to get something from Kyle Lowry. But
he's re-pulled his ham now. I don't even think he's going to play.
Well, I don't know.
They have to get something from Victor Oladipo.
Yeah. Tyler Hero's going to have to show why he was 6th man of the year. He's going to have to give you probably one of those.
You could ask much more from Jimmy Buckets.
No.
Playoff Jimmy, because he gave you, 37 and 40?
40. Yeah. Hero's going to have to give you 25, 30.
Yep.
He's capable of it.
Well, he hasn't been 6th manning.
No, he has not. He has not been that yet.
Don't you just love the drama of an ongoing NBA playoff series? All right, guys, great stuff. Let's move back to the NFL, though. We need to talk about if the lack of interest in Baker Mayfield is proof that he's a bust. Skip, that's coming up next.
That hurt.